Hello and welcome back to our channel. Today, I'm going to be talking about how to achieve work life balance and prevent that really sucky burnout that most of us have heard of. So, I'll give you 5 tips that I personally use on a daily basis that's really helped me to be able to get that balance. And this is coming from a business owner of 6 years now. So I hope that you find this valuable. If you are new to our channel, my name is Anna. I'm a proud mum of two, and I'm the co founder of Authentech Edge Consulting, where we help certified coaches to double their income and halve their admin time. If that is of interest to you, please go ahead and hit subscribe. We post videos twice a week. So hopefully, you find some value in our content. But look, let's get straight into it. Bit of background. So, I started my first business 6 years ago in an attempt to get more work life balance. So, my background is in call center management. And for those who have worked in call centers, you know that it's extremely rigid in terms of um, being able to, I'll be honest, even go to the bathroom without management, coming to look for you if you're in there for too long. It's basically bums on seats. Obviously, we need people answering the phones. So I got to a stage with my children where I just felt that it was important for me to be at home. So that was the decision I made, was to resign and start my own business. Now, I'm assuming most of you know that having your own business isn't as easy as starting at 9 o'clock and finishing at 5. It is 24 hours. If you're not physically working in your business, then you're thinking of new ideas, you're coming up with content, your mind is just constantly elsewhere. So that takes me into my first tip, which is to set your priorities. Really establish what priorities are important to you. So for me, it's obviously my children. So making sure that I'm getting quality time with them. It's making sure that I can attend their school events whenever I feel like it, and being able to go and pick them up from school and drop them off. And that was a real luxury compared to being in a corporate job. The next priority for me was to have my own time, have quiet time as well. So what I typically do is establish what my priorities are, and then I work my schedule around those priorities. So, to give you an example, a normal day in the life for me is waking up at 4:30. I'll do a 30-minute workout. I'll then go into the kitchen and I'll meal prep for the whole day. That way, I'm not, come lunchtime, I'm not walking into the kitchen and trying to find some snacks or, just coming up with whatever I feel like eating. Everything is ready to go, and they're healthy meals that are going to fuel me and give me the energy I need to show up for my family, for myself, and for my business the way that I should. So that is a priority to me. And like I said, everything just goes around it, including work. So I think for a lot of us, especially if you're at the stage where you're wanting to scale your business, it may sound counterintuitive that you're putting business second, but I can promise you right now that when you take care of what your priorities are, once you've established those, you show up differently in your business. You're more productive, your energy is higher. And the flip side of that is, if you don't spend the time to work out what your priorities are and you don't make that the center of attention, you can start resenting your business. You can start resenting your clients, and that's how we lead into burnout. So please, if you take anything away from this video today, please just go ahead. You might be in business for decades, but you are slipping away from what your priorities are. So this is a really good time just to sit down and reestablish those. And over time, they may have changed. Maybe your life would look a lot different now, but what are your priorities right now? and then you schedule around. So that takes me into tip number 2, which is have a schedule, stick to it. I like using Trello. And I'll put the link below in the comments description field if you'd like to check it out. But basically, I go into Trello and I work out what every single task is that I need to do for the day. So I set my to do list. I then go through and I change the color of each of those tasks. So I've renamed this my traffic light system. So I change the color to all of these things to red. And that indicates to me that I haven't started that particular task. Once I go throughout the day and I'm starting each of those tasks, I'll go in through and change the color to orange. And then once I've completed it, I mark it as green. So that way, come the end of the day, hopefully it's looking all green. And I'll be honest, you get that dopamine hit. It's just like the old school pen and paper where you're ticking things off your to do list. Trello just gives you that visual look, you've completed everything on your to do list. So certainly look into that. As I said, I'll leave it in the description field in case you want to check that out. Now, my third tip is it's something that I struggled with is delegating. And something that my mum actually taught me has stuck with me and it's been really helpful. So I'll share it with you. Basically, she told me putting a dollar figure on what I value my time to be. So as a coach, maybe you charge your clients $200 for an hour session. So let's make the assumption that your time is worth $200 per hour. If you are trying to be resourceful, you're, I don't know, trying to save money. So let's say that you want to learn how to automate contracts, I don't know, and send those out to clients. So that might be a new skill that you obviously need to learn. And then that takes you all day. So if we say $200 times 12 hours in the day that you're working, that's 2,400. Is that task worth 2,400? I would say probably not, especially when we have virtual assistants, VAs available to us that we can access. And their hourly rate is, around $10 an hour. So it is in your best interest to delegate things that can be delegated. Obviously, your sessions that you're having with your clients, they want you. That's where you need to spend your energy. However, when it comes to the back end things, your admin tasks, your marketing, social posting on social media, all of these things can be delegated and outsourced. So please consider that as well. Tip number 4 is saying no. So setting boundaries, this might look like with a client, establishing expectations from the get go. So if you're going to enter into an agreement with a client, make sure that you are clear in terms of what communication channels you're going to be using and what they can expect the turnaround time, a response time would be. That way, you're not texting or emailing outside of your work hours that you've established. And again, that's going to prevent any sort of resentment that might build up and lead you down the path of burning out. So keep that in mind. The other thing is saying no. And goodness me, it's something that I have struggled with for years, and I still, it's a work in progress for me, but practicing to say no. If someone was to ask you to do something, maybe you've got family or friends that ask you to go out somewhere and celebrate or whatever it may be for a special occasion, being okay with saying no and not feeling the need to provide an explanation. Maybe you've just had a full-on week. You're doing amazing in your business. You just want some time out. Saying no politely is a thing, and you can absolutely do that. So just get into the habit of really feeling into what feels right in that point in time for you and go with that. Just practice saying no. Now, the last tip number 5, is to introduce automation and AI into your business if you haven't already done so. This is the bread and butter of Authentic Edge Consulting. We help coaches to be able to streamline things. We've got so many tools available now online that you don't need to have your hand on every single part of your business. I'll give you an example. Let's say that you're running ads and you have a global audience. If you're running ads, right, and you have leads coming through, these may potentially be at times when you're asleep. And it's super important to connect with these leads within the first 5 minutes of them becoming a lead. So instead of you having to, sit behind your laptop or, have your phone on you at all hours of the morning, you can automatically have SMSs, emails, voice messages in the system to be able to send those out to leads as soon as they come through without you having your hand on that. So, if that is something that you're interested in, maybe there's a bit of resistance there for you to introduce those different tools and whatnot, please reach out to us. We thrive on being able to help coaches implement these different tools, making it easier for you to scale your business and being able to do it authentically as well. Coaching is such a human, service to provide, and people want to connect with you because of the value that you give. So making sure that we can protect your energy and have you focus that energy in the right places is really crucial in your business success. So we are able to come into the back end and really support you by being able to implement a lot of automation in the things that you don't need to be involved in. But that's my 5 tips on how to really prevent burnout by achieving work life balance. Please let me know if there are any other tips that you could suggest for other fellow coaches out there. As I said, if you enjoy this content, please go ahead and hit subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.